Hello everyone, this is Xander Turon, and I am back with Game 30 of the first Reddit Open Tournament. In this battle on the blue team, we have Kakya with a NATO motorized deck. And on the red team, we have Belarus Border Service with a Entente mechanized deck. That's right, Mech versus Moto, the classic showdown. Right off the bat, I'm seeing a lot of helicopters. Not really. There's a few helicopters, but not like it's a whole bunch of helicopters. At least it's not on paddy field, you know. Get a little bit of variety going. Though to be honest, because of this tournament, I now can probably vaguely remember which zones are which on paddy field. So, yay. Alright, let's see what we got here. H7, that's going to be SAS and SBS. Fuchs Milan, that's going to be Milan F1. Now that's lovely. And over here we have a pile of AMX 10 RCs. XA1 to A6NO, that's, yeah, the 2 armor one. That's going to be, whatchamacallem in there? Stormer, I do believe. Down vetted most likely. Or it could be up vetted Gevarman, I guess. So you got 2 10 RCs, RCSB, a Crotal, and the HS Sturdy Mortar. Another RC here, Gazelle Cannon, more SAS. And is the Gazelle faster? Let's see, 310. No, this is, yeah, 320. So fairly similar speeds. And we got more Milan F1s. Got a 2 more 10 RCs, 2 SBs, another Crotal, and some more Stormer by the looks of it. Alright, looking like it's going to be an interesting battle. If I can remember to actually do the whole thing and look at what Belarus is doing. And yeah, it looks like Kakya is going fairly late into Bravo. Looks like the main force is going to be sending to Bravo and into Delta, it seems. And as for Belarus, let's see. That's going to be Volgress Proletarian there. I think it's the same deck he's using in previous battles. He has Manpad, Recon T25A. The other Recon T25A, that's probably Proletary. Not vetted. Let's see, we got Droog, Pram S Mortar. That's going to be Pruskanichi, T55A Recon. More or is he using upvetted Maya Savannah? I think it might be upvetted Maya Savannah, I'm not sure. My memory's garbage. That's going to be Proletarian there in the M80s. 2 Savas, an Eggman, and an AN. So I'm guessing that he might be going hard into Foxtrot, just preliminary. Got Hera 2, T55A, and some more Maya Savannah, I'm thinking. Looks like, yeah, a lot of the action is going to be up here, it seems. They're both Gazelles. I think the Cannon would win in this fight, depending on how it goes. All he has to do is just keep the Lynx H7 secure until he can land. And there go the Savas. And I'm coughing already. This is going to be fun. So I got dudes moving into the middle. Not a whole lot going to Bravo from either side. Oh, Lynx H7 goes down, but the SAS do make it onto the deck. Oh, they take out the Hera. These 10 RCs are going to wreck these guys out in the open, though the AN could be pretty troublesome for him. It's fast, it has stabs, and it has armor. Let's see, RCs would have trouble. The SBs wouldn't have too much trouble. Oh, Milan gets caught in the open. And by the way, as being stupid as calling it, saying it was Milan Milan 2's in there. Or Milan F1's in there. It's actually Milan 2. I was just reading the weapon card. Oh. And those guys got wrecked. Oh, where'd the AN go? Did it go down? What was it paying attention? No, there it is. Just the transfers got wrecked. Oh, 10 RCs there. SBs are down to 1. And let's see, yep, Stormers. Okay. Oh, Stormers getting caught out in the open by the T-55A. Looks like Belarus is shifting his forces over a little bit. Yeah, you also got some 10 RCs moving in. Yep. From Kakya. Oh, Lynx AH7s are also shifting north. Or up. I think that arrow is supposed to actually represent north. I'm not sure. So in that case, this would be east, but who cares for such specifics? Oh, the Drugs did make it over here, and that's going to be hard on those AMX-10s because we'll be able to one-shot them. Oh, P-55A is going up the XC-180s. 10 RCs are falling back. Looks, yeah, the SB went down. Oh, another AN coming out. Oh, Stormers and SAS going out with the Mayo Savannah. Ooh, when they're in range of all that fire support, SAS just got deleted. Stormers, though, are putting up a bit of a fight, but they have battle rifles, so they're at a bit of a disadvantage in close combat compared to submachine guns, which get a bonus in close combat, because battle rifles lose like half of their accuracy, or they take some sort of penalty in close combat, while SMGs get a bonus in it. However, the Lynx AH7s are equaling the, leveling out the odds. Ooh, L-15M's bombing. They're splitting. Ooh, Stormers got pretty hurt. One squad got wiped out. Ooh, 3 stack of 10 RCs coming from Kakya. Ooh, Karanas is out. What is he going for? Do you see the M84AN? Oh, and it gets deleted. Direct hit. That means those 10 RCs are probably going to move up and have some fun. Stormers are kind of suffering from a lack of fire support, really. Just because those M80As are going to be putting the hurt on. So the 50s on these XA-186s are also putting the hurt out. And the 10 RCs are interdicting the T-55s. Ooh, L-15M's bombing. Stormers are... Oh, looks like they make it out. XA-180s were the main target. Oh, Droog is out of Droogs. But the AN just whacked 110 RC. Oh, that Lynx AH7 is going to have a bad time against that Sava. And L-15M is also putting the hurt out. Not a lot of air defense. He needs to move that Crotal up and probably get another one so he can deal with the L-15Ms or get a ASF. Oh, Lynx AH7 and SAS are swinging around. Yeah, it's a Silo. Or Silo, however that's pronounced. It's an Igla. It's a good old 15-point Igla. Oh, 10 RCs wipe out a T-55A. Sava's probably next. Yeah, though that AN's going to be troublesome for them because they just can't deal with it. Not to mention the L-15M. And they misses. Is fired on position. Oh, Karanas is also out. Oh, it's going after the... Oh, turbine failure. That's a nice crit. And it goes down to the Sava, but it does wipe out the AN. But it's too late to save the RCs. They're all gone. Oh, Proletarian 90 and Mayo Savannah are moving up. Stormers are moving to intercept. Oh, those guys are caught out. XA-186s are running in. They're going to be pretty effective against the Mayo Savannah, but once the Proletarian 90 gets stuck in those... Doesn't matter that they have 2 armor. Oh, L-15M's bombing as well. Ooh, that's a lot. Yeah, it gets all the XA-180s. Oh, and Karanas is also out. And wiped those guys out pretty good. Oh, it took a hit from the Sava. That was a nice crit. Oh, more Mace Savannah taking care of the Stormers there. Looks like Kakya should have gotten some reinforcements for Foxtrot. But it looks like, yeah, it definitely looks like he's pouring everything he has into the fight between Delta and Alpha. Oh, and let's see. Yep, 2 L-15Ms. And still no ASF from Kakya. See, I don't think Blue 4 has any like long-range motorized air defense. They only have anti-helo. Like I said, they have good anti-helo options, you know. Crotal and Tansem. Short arrow are both very good. But they're not quite up, you know, they're just not as good against planes. That's just how it goes. The Crotals especially are not bad. Actually both are not bad against planes, it's just they're not as reliable because of their short range against them. And yeah, the L-15Ms are just murdering all that infantry. And then these guys are swinging around. Not looking too good for Kakya right now. He is swinging, bringing the Lynx H7, so it'd be interesting to see what he does with that. However, the command infantry are on the far side of Charlie from him. Ooh, Cub M4. It's basically a better Hawk. That's what it is. It sacrifices the... Because there's then also the 70-point Hawk or whatever, but that has, you know, that long anti-helicopter ranges, which is useless because that's not what you're using it for, and it only went like, what, 55% accuracy? 60%? Well, this one has 65%. It's just better. It's also not nearly as slow. Not as fast. And it also has pretty bad autonomy, but just a little bit more mobile. But who cares? There's no Hawks in this battle. So yeah, SAS on the ground and Lynx H7's going somewhere. It's probably just going to get whacked by the Sava. Or is it going to sneak around? But in that case, the Silo or Silo is going to take care of it, the Igla team. Oh, this is one. Looks like it's having trouble drawing line of sight on it. Of course, that's just going to give away that there's something going on there. Oh, and it takes it out with a crit. Anyway, these Stormers are just getting pretty wrecked. But there's more coming out. I must admit, I haven't seen Stormers and XA-186s in a while. I think part of it's because Blue, you know, NATO motorized just isn't as prevalent as it used to be. But Stormers are still perfectly adequate. Battle Rifle and LMG-3 is still king of, you know, of the forest fight, basically. Looks like that M80A is trying to pull flank security. There's some Gevarman in the deck as well. Just base Gevarman, so 10 points, because Gevarman 90 are 15 points. Partially because they were being spammed a lot in Blue, in, you know, NATO motorized decks and mechanized. Oh, Stormers are just caught out. Not doing too cool for them. Oh, it looks like what? This is going to be some upvetted lead or Fusilier 90 I'm taking it. And another L-15M. Kakya's got to do something about that air defense because it's just going to get chewed up. Spines are just wrecking him. Yeah. Oh, the Droog's back has been resupplied. And, oh, lost line of sight or something. Oh, hey, what was that? L-15M's taking fire from the Crotal, which missed twice, it seems. Ooh. Okay. That's not something I've seen in a while. I would have been expecting like a, you know, like one of the 45 or 50 point, you know, the rocket Cobras. Or even like an AH-1J. The Recon Cobra, that would be a good thing to have. But a base tow Cobra, that's just an odd choice. Like something like the Blue Dragon. I can't remember which Cobra is the AH-1. Is that an AH-1J? don't think... No, it's not. It's not H1J. Oh, and the SAS are caught out in the open by Snezka. They're going to go down. And Belarus Border Service is calling out some infantry, command infantry for Alpha for that lovely +2. Okay, so Roland, right. West Germany has the wheeled Roland 3. I forgot about that. So yeah, that there is his mid-range anti-air, which he's going to desperately need. And the Kernas is... Oh, gets that one hit on the L-15M. Oh, took a hit from the... And it goes down to the... Looks like the Silo and the Sava put in hurt into it, and the Cub. I think it's just the Cub and the Silo that got it. Oh, Roland 3 gets one hit on the L-15M. Oh, but that guy's just that range. Looks like, yeah. One L-15M got a hit by a Sparrow, the other one got hit by the Roland 3. They're both going to make it out, though. Yep, Fusilier 90. They're not taking so much for anti-infantry as they are for the fact that the LOL 80 is, you know, the LOL 80. And yep, there's the command infantry in Alpha. It's going to give Belarus that lovely +2. Oh, XA-180s are just driving out for fun, I guess. Oh, if the Fusilier... Yeah, those BVPs are going to disappear. Oh, but the Proletariat are going to help even the odds. Yeah, they have their LMG turned off so they don't shoot at the... So they can use their AT weapon, because as we all know, there's only... In an infantry unit, only one guy can be trusted to carry both the machine gun and the AT weapon. And he can only use one at a time. Oh, SBs are out. It was like definitely going to put the hurt on, especially at close range against like something like an M84AN. Oh, SAS are walking up. Looks like they spotted the Mayo Savannah, are just kind of shifting around a bit. He definitely needs something else to provide the long range support. Oh, SBS engaging the Pruskamichi. Pruskamichi do have the range advantage on the with their Dragunov versus the Bren L4, which is like one of the worst machine guns in the game or something, I think. Oh, and Kakya is calling on Iltis, most likely for Delta, to get rid of that +2 Belarus has. He's at 48 conquest points so far. Nope, Stormers are gone. Fusiliers won't be able to do much. And the SBs are falling back, probably because Kakya doesn't want to get them chewed up by an Apilas at close range. Oh, and XA-186 I know is just engaging the Droogs as they're out of ATGMs. And they're gone. And then the T-55A will probably get it. Oh, yeah, Fusiliers are getting engaged. SBs are being regrouped. And there goes one. And they're split up again. I guess he's just going to reverse them to the... So it's gonna... A lot of SBs. Oh, SBS are getting engaged again. I think that Kakya definitely needs some more guys here just because you don't want to lose this forest. Because if you lose that, then he loses access to Bravo. Oh, 10 RCs shooting at these guys in the open, but that AN's probably going to have words with it. Oh, and these SBs are panicked, so they're not going to be very accurate against that AN. And they can't even draw line of sight. Probably this tree, these trees are blocking line of sight. Oh, looks like we got more Sturmers coming in. Another 10 RC. And Milan too. Upvetted, of course. That way you can actually maybe stand a chance of hitting something. It's powerful, but it's just not accurate. Oh hey, this guy's also shooting at Milan. And it missed. Oh, these guys are in the open, which is pretty dangerous for him. Oh. Look at the speed difference between a Maliutka and... It hits the ground right next to the Fuchs. That's hilarious. Yeah, this is the speed difference between a semi-active and a M-class missile. M-class, SAC-class. Or SA-class, I don't know what they call it. SA-class? Who knows? I know I see some SBs getting wiped out by an AN. There's no recon here to help detect it. And as you all know, the Yugoslavians came up with this magical technology that makes it so that, or it's not just Yugoslavians. Apparently just putting a pair of binos in a tank makes it so that it loses all muzzle blast. Or something, I don't know. Recon tanks or stealth tanks are silly. Doesn't matter who's using them. Anyway, got a bunch of Gavarmen and some their transports and some AMX-10 RCs who apparently want to run wild through this forest. And there's another Drug team for the buildings here. Farmen are getting pretty wrecked. Oh, but the SBs are engaging, and yeah, it's just the sheer weight of fire is just too much for them. Oh, we got some more more Maya Savannah sneaking in here. That could be pretty dangerous for Kakya if he gets his line broken. Is that, yep, 3 L-15Ms. Oh, fuel leak. That's a nice crit. And he gets one of them at least. But these guys, it's too late to stop the L-15Ms from just wrecking all these guys along with the Proletary. And yeah, Belarus has managed to get control of this force, so that's going to be pretty hard for Kakya to do anything about it. That and scores are 72 conquest points to 1. It's not looking too hot for Kakya right now. Oh, and the AN is engaging these guys with 9 impunity. Only that guy can draw a line of sight right now. Oh, no, that guy can. And it's a... Oh no, they're actually shooting at over there. Yeah, line of sight shenanigans. Yeah, he can't see it. Opening up Fusiliers and Storms engaging the Proletary. Oh, Browning on the Saxons is definitely adding some weight of fire against them. Ooh, and M84A is out as well. Stormers engaging again. They are going to have the advantage against the Proletary just because they have a better machine gun. As you can see. And they also have a battle rifle, which is better in forest combat than the assault rifle that these guys have. However, the PB shooting them are, well, M84A and the T-55A shooting them aren't going to do them any favors. Got more Stormers moving in. Oh, the Fusiliers are going to... They can hit the M84A. They're going to put the hurt on it, but they're getting just shot to hell. But they're just going to satisfy themselves with the PBs over there. Oh, L-15M's bombing the Milan. And the SAS getting shot by a T-55A. Just so many machine guns are shooting at these Proletary right now. Yeah. Oh, it looks like some SBS coming out. Wait, he has CSs in his deck? Kakya should definitely be committing those to the fight here because they're pretty good at forest combat. They're very fragile. They don't have 1 armor, but Vulcans can just shoot, and once they start shooting, they don't stop until they are out of ammunition. They'll use up all their, the entire load of ammunition without reloading. It's a bit silly. But that's what they do. Oh, 10 RCs are trying to weaken the line here, but those Maya Savannah are... there's smoke coming out for him, so depending on how they... No, it looks like he wants to send them in... Wants to send the 10 RCs in after him. Or of course it could be Kakya just doesn't know that there's Maya Savannah here. He knows these guys are there, doesn't know they're there. Nope, and these guys, yeah, SAS have gone down. SBS are probably going to fly over a building and get shot down. And, yep, got Puskamichi and Maya Savannah all over the place. That means that, Yeah, Bravo's completely cut off to Kakya. And just gets getting stunned and it's gone. RC goes down. Got more Fusiliers moving in. Ooh, another Fuchs Milan. M84A is engaging. Oh, and the Pram S is actually running low on ammunition. And I actually think that, well, yeah, Kakya lost both of his Kurnas, and I think you only get 2 per card on those, if I recall correctly. Oh, Kakya surrenders. Alright, so Belarus Border Service was victorious with 72 conquest points to Kakya's 1. Belarus had 2,570 kills to Kakya's 1,330. What do I want to focus? Yeah, it's just... I think big thing was Belarus made very good use of his fire support. Then he just caught out a lot of those SBs. People like to complain a lot about the MX-10 RCs and the MX-10 RC Recon and the 10 RC SB in the tank tab. And you know, yeah, they probably should be adjusted upwards in points. At least the 10 RC by another 5, maybe 10 points. But it's also a case of they don't have stabilizers, which is a big disadvantage, especially in an open, a map that has, because they're fighting those like the M84AN in the open field. They don't have stabs, so they can't do anything. You have to attack move them. You can't just right click and have them be on their way. That's a relatively minor thing. Those L-15Ms just were tearing Kakya apart. He should have had more air defense. Like, he should have had an ASF doing a cap. I don't know. So he should have had something. He did call it the Ronin 3, which did, solo a L-15M. But he should have had that out sooner. He should have had the Crotal in the middle in the 2-pointer there. He should have had that much closer to the front line. That way it could actually deal with things. Not a lot of helicopters. Entente just doesn't have that much for helicopters, to be honest. They have them, but that's not one of their strengths. Especially Yugoslavia really doesn't contribute much. Aside from that, yeah, he should have had more AA, some description. He's also very aggressive with his 10 RCs in the middle, which, it's not a bad thing to be aggressive with the recon. It's just a case of when you lose all your recon, you have to replace it, and he didn't really replace it. So those Mea Savannah could infiltrate into into Foxtrot, I do believe. That 1-pointer on the side. It also looks like, yeah, he did get a little bit distracted, or basically all of his attention was drawn into the fight in the middle of the map. So he didn't reinforce his guys in either flanking sectors, which allowed them to get overrun pretty easily. Which is a big thing, you definitely have to maintain your flanks. You can't just focus on all in one fight. I do that all the time. I get so, just tunnel vision in on the one sector and completely forget, oh hey, these guys are at risk and I'm getting attacked there. Oh no. Or, oh hey, I could have, you know what, this fight's not working for me here. I should shift focus elsewhere, see if I can do something, but it's just sometimes it just doesn't go quite well for you. Or sometimes, you just get drawn into the wrong fight, get drawn into a bad fight. It happens. I have a feeling that if he had dealt with those L-15Ms earlier, like early on in the battle, he would have been better off in the fights, because, like as you saw, he's winning a lot of, when he had the Stormers going at it, they're very good at forest fighting, and they're just tearing apart those proletari, but there's nothing they can do about an L-15M tearing them apart. And, the L-15M's good at dealing, with infantry and light armored vehicles with those cluster bombs and the HE bombs. Yeah, before I ramble on much longer about, why air defense would have been a big deal in this battle, I'm just going to call it here. I'm Xander Turon, and this was game 30 of the first Reddit Open tournament, and I do believe this was the last battle of round 3, which means we're now moving on to the semi-finals. So basically, semifinals are going to be a bit different. Instead of just being, single elimination, semifinals are going to be, what is it? Words fail me. Best of 3. So the first player to get 2 wins moves on to the finals. If I recall correctly, it's going to be Razman versus Putin, and it's going to be Nick Deman versus Belarus Border Service. I do believe that's who we're going to be fighting, or that's going to be the matchups in the semifinals. Anyway, you guys have a lovely day.